when I was there, I'm trying to think. I might have served in one or two wards. Generally, they were small branches, and the church's pretty young. I'm thinking early 1950s was when the first member was in Panama. I think that's correct. I know, and it was probably even an American because again, there were a lot of Americans on the military bases down there. And one of the cool things, going back, we went out there's a temple there in Panama. In trying to think, I forget the location of the temple, but there is a temple in Panama. We went back in 2008 for the dedication, and it was fun. Just being able to meet a lot of the people. A lot of the people who live down there are Americans still, and they're not military. They love the people. So generally, as a missionary, you'll serve probably still in branches. There might be some wards that are popping up more. I know my first area, which was my first area was Loma Cova. I know I think 2 months ago, they just dedicated their chapel there, which is really cool because when I went, we met in somebody's house, and it was just made of basically brick, and we'd go down in the basement for primary. The kids would have to climb through this little slot in a window. Even the adult primary teacher would have to climb through this little window. And we held sacrament meeting, and the way the house was set up, we had basically sacrament meeting in two rooms. So there was the front room, and then people kind of overflowed into the back, but you could only see through a little doorway, and so you couldn't really see the speaker, you just kind of heard him. And that was kind of similar in a lot of places where we didn't really have a building to meet in. And so it's always nice when I hear people give a prayer here in Utah or the United States and just express gratitude for the building in which they are able to worship. And I wonder how many of those people actually know what they're saying, because it is a great blessing to have air conditioning and just be comfortable in a church building, as opposed to where I was in my first area. If it rained too hard, you couldn't have your meeting because you couldn't hear each other speak, and just, tracking in mud, or it was so humid that you couldn't even stand it. And so it's definitely a great blessing to have a building to be in.